squad conducts point ambush at vicinity. Tango Tango 906-265-0 to prevent enemy from finding avenues of approach to Patrol Base Yankee. I say again, first squad conducts point ambush at vicinity Tango Tango 906-265-0 to prevent enemy from finding avenues of approach to Patrol Base Yankee.
Hi, I'm Lieutenant Colonel Jim Overby. I'm the Professor of Military Science here at George Mason University. And what we'd like to do is take a few minutes here to introduce you to George Mason University and show you exactly what's involved in being a George Mason University Patriot. We'd also like to introduce you to the Army ROTC program here at Mason and show you what's involved in being a member of the Patriot Battalion. I think you'll find that by selecting George Mason University and Army ROTC at George Mason University, you can combine a great collegiate experience with an outstanding academic education, leading to and obtaining a commission in the United States Army. Let's take a look what Mason has to offer for you. With over 100 different degree fields here at George Mason University, finding an academic program of study that fits your interests is quite easy. When you combine that wide field of study with state-of-the-art academic classrooms, your education here at Mason becomes a real revolutionary experience. Additionally, Army ROTC can support you in this effort by providing you with financial assistance packages. In the end, you get a degree from a great academic institution in addition to earning a commission in the United States Army.
I would say ROTC, and combined with me as being a student, has helped me to be mostly organized. So when you're in ROTC, you definitely do have a lot more on your plate, you have a lot more to juggle. And so it helps me to keep everything on track throughout the day, on top of all my classes, along with ROTC obligations, things with friends. So for the most part, it helps me to organize and conceptualize what I have to do every day and think days ahead of time.
In addition to your academic development, in Army ROTC here at George Mason University, we also encourage you to develop physically. To this end, we have a number of options, a number of programs that you can participate in. These include participation in a regular physical fitness training program, participation in intramural, intercollegiate, or recreational sports activities, or even participation in our Ranger Challenge program. By participation in these activities, you'll not only be developing yourself academically, but you'll also develop yourself physically, creating that well-rounded future leader that we need in the United States Army.
During most of the training time, we try to focus on our threes going to camp and training up our ones and twos, but we definitely try to tie in playing basketball at PT, or playing paintball during lab, and all the sort of things in between that cadets think are fun.
Unlike other programs in the university, where the contact with you will end typically at the end of the semester, in military science, we like to think that our contact with you continues throughout the year. For our cadres here, not only to teach you the skills necessary to become an officer in the United States Army, but to also ensure your development and to mentor you as a student here in the academic environment of the university. For our goal is to ensure that you're not only successful as a cadet, but you're also highly successful as a student here in the university.
One of the wonderful things about this program, about the Army in general, is that you're constantly surrounded by experts in their field. And while you can get that in other fields, I think you get it with just such a superior level of intensity. You're surrounded by, my cadre, or the cadre for Patriot Battalion. All of them have served tours overseas. All of them have experience in the Army, and So having made that decision to go into the Army, it's unbelievably helpful to have that real-life experience staring you in the face and being able to access that knowledge and use that as a resource.
What is the goal of an Army ROTC cadet here at George Mason University? Well, it's to be an Army commissioned officer. And the program here at George Mason University will give you the skills and confidence in order to accomplish that goal. Our lectures, programs will provide you with the required basic information. Our labs will give you an opportunity to practice those skills hands-on, and then our field training exercises will give you the opportunity to actually get out there and hone your leadership skills to become that future leader of the United States Army. Mason, it's a great place to be.
These cadets, you know, these students, they trust you and that they're willing to put forth the effort to make sure that what you say or what you influence them to do happens.
When I first came here as a freshman, I came from a small private school. I wasn't really assured of myself, things like that. You know, I was kind of the guy that sat in the corner in the class, more or less quiet. But through these years in ROTC, they really do develop you as a leader. And now, you know, standing up in front of the class and giving a presentation, it's a no-brainer. It's easy.
George Mason University is one of the top academic institutions in the country. We graduate professionals who are leaders in a number of the different fields. We hope that in addition to obtaining a degree or seeking a degree from this great academic institution, you too will also take on the challenge and earn a commission in the United States Army, becoming a future leader of the Army of tomorrow.
I think what always brings me back to being a cadet and makes me love being a cadet is the fact that there's an amazing support network, both of cadre and cadets, who all want to see you succeed. And there's just, you know after college that you have a job and that it's an important job in which you're going to be doing things that are good for you and good for your country, and it's very motivating.
I see that a lot of times when I'm in groups and things like that with fellow ROTC members and in classes, I can see that they're always the person that's running the show. And it's not because they're cocky or because that's their thing, it's because that's how they've been trained and it's easy. It comes easy to them. And people, they come to you because they know that you're a leader, and it just comes naturally after these years in ROTC. When we're in, you know, like we're doing things in class, people come to us and ask us, hey, will you be the group leader? You seem like you know what you're doing. You know how to plan, you know how to organize, you know how to talk. And that's what I've gotten out of ROTC as a student.
Check that bucket clear. Get out, Martha, coming down.